Stephen Thompson has no plans of retiring anytime soon. Thompson suffered a lopsided decision loss to Belal Muhammad at UFC Vegas 45 on December 18th. He entered the fight as the betting favorite, but Thompson was taken down 7 times and controlled on the ground for nearly 12 minutes. The loss was his second in a row, as back in July, he suffered a decision loss to Gilbert Burns in a fight where he once again fell victim to the grappling of his opponent. After the loss to Muhammad, many fans called for Thompson to retire, as they felt he would no longer be a title contender in the welterweight division. Yet Thompson doesn't see a need to retire, as he says he still feels in good shape and says he feels better now than he did 5 years ago. I feel like people that do retire, when they sit down on the chair, they just feel like they should retire. Like their body's beat up, aches and pains. When I sit here and I'm sitting down in this chair, I feel great. I feel fine. I feel better than I was 5 years ago. I just don't get it. Stephen Thompson is still ranked in the top 10 at welterweight and still remains a big name in the sport and in the division. With no intentions of hanging up the gloves, Thompson will likely have to fight someone ranked below him next time out as he looks to defend his spot in the rankings. He'll also likely have to do that a couple times before he gets to fight someone ranked ahead of him. Michael Bisping was not impressed with the attitude and remarks of Ricky Simón during their post-fight interview at UFC Vegas 45. The former UFC middleweight champion Bisping entered the octagon to interview Simón immediately following the latter's impressive knockout win. Bisping had the following to say about the exchange. Ricky goes, "I've beaten ranked guys before. I said, well, you definitely weren't ranked, because he wasn't ranked. There's absolutely no need for him to. He's trying to make me look silly. And I'm literally relaying the information I was told to say. So how about you direct your venom at him and not be such a little shit? How about that?" John McCarthy believes Nick Diaz isn't the man that fans perceive him to be as discussion regarding his potential retirement continues. Back in September, after more than 6 years away from mixed martial arts, Nick Diaz returned to the UFC with a highly anticipated rematch against Robbie Lawler. Diaz came up on the losing end, and while he did have some nice moments in the first few rounds, he ultimately didn't look like himself in there. Plenty of people, including UFC President Dana White, have called for him to retire, but McCarthy thinks that there is more to the story. He said the following: "Nick is as tough as they come, and I love the guy. And I think, he's such a good guy and he's got this persona. The perception of what he is and who he is, it's two different things. And he is a good fucking guy who will spend time with people and give you the shirt off his back if it's something that he looks at as important. He's not what people perceive him to be, which is, just a thug. He's not a thug. He's very intellectual as far as what he cares about, he is involved with. He cares about it deeply. He will help other people with it." Former UFC lightweight kingpin Khabib believes Dustin Poirier has lost his competitive fire. After Poirier's loss to Charles Oliveira at UFC 269, Khabib commented at a recent press conference. "I think every person has resources. I think when a man starts a new business, in the beginning he is on fire. He is moving forward, his business is developing. But after comes a time when he goes out. He wants to withdraw money and to start a new business. And this is life. You launch a business. In the beginning, you think you are going to do it all life. But then comes a time you go out a little bit. You want to invest to other business. The same thing could happen with a fighter. There is a fire, a hunger, when you want it very much. Then comes a time when you still want it, but not so hard. It happens when the fire went out, but there are still numbers in a contract. You think, wait, I can earn this money in a fight. The fighters have such moments." Poirier's disappointment from his loss to Oliveira, as well as his post-fight attitude, leaves Khabib believing fans have seen the end of a competitive, hungry fighter in Dustin. The former champion went on to say it's an inevitable, natural process, and new lightweight contenders will too eventually see the fire within them dim. After the fight, he said he needs to think. Does he need it at all? If such thoughts came to his mind, it means he will win, but he will win and lose. He will not go to the end when it will be necessary. Sometimes you look at the athlete and see how fast he changes. I say it to my close friends. While there is a time you should stay active and keep fighting. If this switch clicks once, he will never go back. I think his switch clicked.